The studio lights were blinding, the cameras were rolling, and millions of Americans sat glued to their televisions. It was supposed to be just another heated political debate, filled with rehearsed talking points and sharp exchanges. But what happened that night shocked everyone watching and became one of the most talked about moments in political history. Elizabeth Warren leaned forward, her voice sharp as a blade. "You, Mr. Kennedy, are nothing but a disgrace," she declared, the words echoing through the auditorium. The audience gasped. It wasn't just the insult, it was the venom behind it, as if she meant to strip away his credibility, his dignity, his very right to sit on that stage. For a moment, time seemed to stop. The camera cut to John Kennedy, the Louisiana senator known for his southern wit and calm composure. His face betrayed no anger, no frustration. He simply looked at Warren, his eyes steady, almost sorrowful, as if he pitied the outburst more than he resented it. The crowd murmured, waiting for him to strike back. This was the moment in debates when politicians usually unleashed rehearsed comebacks or barbed insults to win the crowd. But Kennedy didn't do that. Instead, he leaned into the microphone and spoke softly, so softly that the room went quiet to catch every word. "Senator Warren," he began, "you can call me a disgrace. You can attack my name, my character, even my worth as a man. But what you cannot take away is the oath I swore to the people who put me here. I was raised by a father who worked with his hands until they were cracked and bleeding, and a mother who taught me that dignity isn't given it's earned every single day. You may not respect me, but I will not dishonor Emma or the people who trust me by trading insults tonight." The crowd froze. Warren's face shifted, caught between defiance and discomfort. But Kennedy wasn't finished. He leaned closer, his voice carrying the weight of a man who'd fought his way through more than politics. "Disgrace," he repeated, shaking his head gently. "Let me tell you about disgrace. Disgrace is when politicians forget they work for the people and not for themselves. Disgrace is when pride means more than service. Disgrace is turning these debates into theater while families back home can't afford groceries or healthcare. If being a disgrace means I will not shout louder, but fight harder for those people, then I'll wear that title proudly." The room erupted in applause, not from Kennedy's supporters alone, but from people who simply recognized the power of truth spoken plainly. Even some of Warren's followers couldn't help but nod. It wasn't about party lines in that moment, it was about humanity. Warren blinked, her lips parting as if she had a retort ready, but nothing came. For the first time that evening, she was silent, left speechless before a man she had just tried to publicly humiliate. Kennedy didn't smirk or gloat. Instead, he sat back, folding his hands, calm as the storm he had just endured. After the debate, the clip went viral. Millions replayed it, dissected it, and shared it with captions like "This is what real leadership looks like." Young people who had grown cynical about politics found themselves inspired again. Older generations nodded, saying Kennedy reminded them of leaders from another era, men and women who put country above ego. But perhaps the most powerful moment came days later, when Kennedy held a town hall in a small Louisiana parish. An elderly woman stood up, tears in her eyes. "Senator," she said, her voice trembling, "I watched what happened on that stage, and I just want to tell you thank you. Not for winning an argument, but for showing my grandchildren that you can stand tall without tearing others down." Kennedy, humbled, stepped down from the stage and hugged her. "Ma'am," he replied softly, "the truth is, we don't win anything in this country by yelling at each other. We win by listening, and we build by serving." The audience rose to their feet, not in political fervor, but in human solidarity. For one fleeting moment, everyone in that crowded parish hall felt united, reminded of the higher calling that politics was supposed to serve. The debate may have begun with an insult meant to cut deep, but it ended with a lesson that echoed across the nation. True strength doesn't lie in crushing others up. It lies in rising above, in answering hostility with honor, and in never forgetting that the people are always watching, always hoping, always longing for leaders who reflect the best in themselves. And that night, John Kennedy gave them just that.